Hello, I'm here to tell my side of the story about what happened between me and my ex-friend Monique Rodriguez. She and I were friends for 2 years. I thought she was a lifelong friend for a long time, for that entire duration. Yeah, I thought she was a true friend. I found out she was not, though, when after I had been buying her groceries, I did this about 10 times throughout the year 2017, even before her husband left, I got her and her kids groceries because I cared about them and didn't want them to starve to death. And I also wound up feeding 2 of her teenage kids' friends a couple times because she would let them hang out 24/7 in her house, even though they weren't hers, and would let them act like it was a motel. Anyway, I later found out from a former coworker, like I said, Monique and I used to work together. One day I was on Facebook, I was talking to this woman named Marcella, who, the whole reason I was talking to her was because I one time put something up that Monique told me about Marcella's personal life on Facebook, about how she and this guy named Alex, they had broken up and got together. And anyway, there was a picture of Marcella on there with the guy, and I said, I thought Monique told me y'all had broke up. And that's when I started not hearing from Monique. This is in December of 17th, this time last year. And I noticed then, like right after I was trying to get a hold of her and apologize, I was like, look, I wasn't trying to embarrass you or make you mad, I'm sorry. But she ignored all my calls, and I found out that she had deleted me as a friend on Facebook, and that's when I realized that, yes, she wasn't interested in being friends with me. But that really hurt me at first because, well, it hurt me and pissed me off because I had done a lot for her. I kept her and her kids from starving, her kids' friends. I once got robbed in her apartment a few months earlier on August 26th of 17. She says, I just heard from Nelson that, yes, she says that isn't true, that her kid's friend did not rob me. Yes, he did. I even filed a lawsuit about it, and the judge ruled in my favor. And meanwhile, she told me at the time, the day I found out, it was a few hours after I left her apartment. I had visited earlier, about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I got to work that day and noticed the money was gone from my purse. And then I realized that when she had the kids come downstairs, her kids and their friends, they came downstairs to sing happy birthday to my son. That was when one of them got into my purse. I left it too far out of the proximity to my body, and one of them stole money. And I told her about this. I called her. I cannot believe she lied and said that this did not happen. She told me that, oh, it must have been that one kid who got in trouble for stealing at Walmart, blah, blah, blah. And he was a troublemaker. And that shocks me that she denies it. And meanwhile, there's other facets to this story. This woman also had the nerve to call me uptight a couple of times, and I got upset about that, and I was like, how dare you call me that after I saved you and your kids from starvation? I even bought them, household goods, like shampoo and stuff like that, and paper towels, because she said they had no freaking money, and I wanted to help her because I thought she was my good friend. And anyway, sorry, I kind of lost where I was at there. Oh, yeah. The day I found out that money was missing, I called and I was like, Monique, get my money. And she said, it was probably that one kid who got in trouble for stealing from Walmart. And then I called again. She says, they're denying it, saying blah, blah, blah. None of them took the money. There was 5 kids who weren't her own in that house that day, and she let them hang out 24/7. And sometimes they ate some of that food that I bought from Walmart from them. Because, like I said, I was feeding her friends' kids sometimes, too. And anyway, whether it was one of her kids or one of her kids' friends, somebody stole $141 fucking dollars from me that day. And, like I said, the judge ruled in my... I never saw that money. But either way, I know it's on her credit report. And I like that. But the main reason I did it was... Well, first of all, she owed me that money. And meanwhile, I was deeply hurt. And I can't... I'm awfully surprised she agreed to do this. And then there's also the fact that this woman... These were basically clues I had before I decided to stop talking to her that should have made me realize this woman was not really my friend. For example, she once had the nerve to call my son a racial slur, and right in front of me she called him Snowflake because he is 1/4 white and... 3/4 white and only 1/4 Hispanic, and meanwhile she's Hispanic. And she thought that was appropriate to call my son a racial slur. No, it's not. And I even said to her, Monique, he has a name. Call him by his name. And she said, that's out of love. No, it's not. And I guarantee you if I called one of her kids a racial slur, I would have got slapped for that. But it was okay for her to call my kid a racial slur. Even though, yeah, once again, I saved her and her kids and their little friends from starvation multiple times. I even signed up to get them a Thanksgiving dinner one day, and I wasn't totally sure if I was going to get it. The lady who offered it to me, because I live in a low-income neighborhood myself, she said, well, if you don't get a text message from me, then that means you got it. And I never got a text message, so I figured I was going to get it. But in the meantime, while I was there, I was like, hey, you want to go grocery shopping? Because I had plenty of money to do so. And she said, yeah, let's go. She jumped at the opportunity. And anyway, yeah, I think I told you almost everything. I told you about the racist comment. I told you about... Oh, yeah, she called me uptight a couple of times after I had already... Yeah, once again, helped her out many times. Kept her and her kids from starvation. She had the nerve to call me uptight to my face. She said, I'm just calling you that because I know what you like. You're blunt. When, first of all, that's not what uptight means. Those are completely asimilar words. Anyway, yeah, this is a very uneducated woman. She doesn't realize I remember a lot of things that she does not. Truthfully, yeah, I'm shocked that she, decided to go along with this. But I think I told y'all everything, the gist of the story, that, yeah, I went out of my way for this woman. I really did. There were times where I didn't even have much grocery money for me and my son. And meanwhile, I'm in a one-income household, too. Single parent just like her. And I was doing more for her than she would have done for me, I have no doubt. I want to end it on that note. Thanks, bye.